Biafra, superstars, media.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're hearing my voice from. This is the Biafra Golden Child, and I'm super happy to have the opportunity to interact with us once again. In the first instance, let me welcome everybody to the month of November. Yes, today is the second day of November 2024. Yes, in case you don't know, in case you don't remember, this very date is very important. This very date is very symbolic. Yes, it's important and symbolic because exactly this date next month, God sparing our lives, 2nd December 2024, the United States of Biafra will be formally and fully promulgated and, you know, completely introduced to the world as a sovereign nation. Yes, 2nd December 2024, our able Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Ojukwu, would uh, fully promulgate and announce the full-fledged sovereign nation called the United States of Biafra. And so today, 2nd November 2022, is symbolic because it's a precursor. Yes, it's a precursor to what will happen exactly a month today. So I encourage every Biafran lover, I will encourage every freedom lover, I encourage every Biafran, ladies and gentlemen, to wake up from their slumber. The die is cast. There is no going back. Yes, we are on the threshold of success. Yes, yes, there's no going back. No man who puts his hand on the plow and looketh back is what is worthy of the kingdom. That's what the Bible says. And so today, gentlemen, 2nd November 2024, brings happy moments, happy feelings into my heart. My heart is gladdened. I told my children this morning during our early morning devotion, I told them, hey guys, brace up. Praise up. Exactly a month today, the heavens will blaze forth the birth of a new country. Yes, this country we have been talking about. Yes, these people who have been subjugated, treated like second-class citizens. These people that a nation and its regions hated with such abject wickedness and horrific, pathological hatred. Yes, will finally know peace, finally be liberated come 2nd December 2024, exactly a month today. So, ladies and gentlemen, in that spirit of happiness, I want to welcome you all into a brand new month. Yes, this is the month of November, and it's important for us because it's a prelude, a precursor to our December 2nd, 2024, when our, highly indefatigable Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Ojukwu, would bestow the world like a colossus. He would talk from the highest of mountains. He would blow into the continent and say, "Look, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby introduce fully and effectively the United States of Biafra to the world after so many years, after the events of 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Finally, I have the pleasure with all the freedom lovers in the world, with all my fellow Biafrans who have put our hands on deck. We are fully today announcing the full liberation of the Biafran people, the full liberation of people who love peace, the full liberation of freedom lovers, the free liberation of people who are interested in their rights and privileges, not just being guaranteed, but fully enshrined in their constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward and I'm happy that we're looking at just one more month, less than a month now, and it will be Eureka for Biafra. It will be tidings of great joy. It will be a wonderful one. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that day. I hope you are too. Because if you are not, bro, Brace up, brace up. There ain't no going back. Okay, we're not going back. The die is cast, like I said. This is the epitome. This is the climax. This is the epitome. This is what we have been looking for. The perfect adumbration of the end of a successful struggle. Finally, after all these years, after all the near Holocaust, after the genocidal attack, after every opprobrium, after hatred, after pathological jealousy and wickedness towards us, after inflicting us with kwashoko, after killing our young, raping our women, dissecting their tummies, after maiming our men, cutting off, certain fingers from their hands to make them complete vegetables, to make them useless, incapable of carrying cutlasses, incapable of holding the hoe, then even less capable of defending themselves from the Nigerian troops. Then, I mean, this is the highest level of wickedness. Our people were kept in a perpetual condition of, almost total annihilation. Who said I shouldn't be excited? Come on. I'm highly excited. 2nd December 2025 is around the corner, and we're almost there. We're almost there. There are a lot of unveilings going on. It might be coded, it might be shrouded in secrecy, but the work has started. We have seen certain quarters where Biafran armies have come up. We have seen them in their parole. We have seen them in their patrol. We have seen them demonstrating what they are capable of doing. We are happy. In recent times, we were told that, the tanks, and the weapons, and everything about, that is normally, required for an army to be set up is in full gear. Is in full gear. I might not want to talk much about that because at this point it's still strictly coded, it's still shrouded in, to make it fully propagated, fully highlighted by 2nd December 2025, 2024. Pardon me. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm more excited. I'm super happy because yes, what we were saying way back, it looked as if it was never coming. It looked as if 2nd December 2024 was going to be a far cry. Some called it a mirage. Some said, no, when are we going to get into December? No, it's going to be an explosive before that. No, Simon Ekpa will be completely captured, arrested, kidnapped, anything. It will be history. But hey, I have news for you. All those detractors, all those naysayers, those who don't see good in other people, those who never wished us well, I have news for you. Simon Ekpa Ojukwu, our venerable, our highly intelligent, highly super intelligent, our highly vivacious, intelligent, indefatigable Prime Minister, is fully around. Yes, he's fully alive. Yes, and he's ready. He has never been demotivated. He said, this is his struggle. This is the reason why I joined Biafra. This is where my hope lies. I know and I believe, and I'm working towards 2nd December 2024 that we are going to declare the fully sovereign, inaugurated country of Biafra with its full rights and appurtenances as a country, a place where there will be zero tolerance for all kinds of things happening in the zoo country called Nigeria, where there will be zero tolerance for corruption, and all bad hardship and bad governance, where there will be zero tolerance, for having refineries that don't work. You are producing crude oils, you're still importing refined crude oil. I mean, it doesn't make sense. These are misnomers. These are things that it doesn't add up. I mean, you are a producer of crude oil. Oil is in full reserves all over your community, but you're still importing it. It's still scarce. It comes up and they're giving you extremely high price. You that is, oh, no. Our able Prime Minister said the United States of Biafra is going to teach the world how a country should be like, how people's welfare should be taken care of, how, yes, a country must work for the people, and the people must work for the people, for the country. I mean, the country and these people are pari passu. They are one and the same. You cannot move out in a country. You have the select few because they occupy legislative positions, because they occupy leadership positions, and then the poor. You have the rich, the mighty, the leaders, and then the poor. He said, no, that is zero tolerance for such kind of rubbish. It only exists in the zoo, in the animal kingdom, which we all know where that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy, super glad that we're having just a month to go, and already there's full gear preparations. Preparations are full gear. A lot of things are happening. I don't want to let the cats out of the bag, but we are privileged to know that a whole lot of things are happening and that the preparations are super tight. No going back. No going back. No saying never. Forward ever, backward never. That's the way it is. 2nd December 2024. And today is 22nd December, so 22nd November 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Yeah. What are we going to be talking today? Yes, I want to bring up. I want to highlight something, a scenario that has cropped up, which a lot of us might have. Yeah, we've heard it. Even the Biafra super media has even at one point commented on it. They brought in their own perspective. Yes, but I want to bring it. I want to look at it from a different angle. I want to bring up what I think are the intrigues, the immediate and remote factors surrounding this very situation. Yes, I won't keep you guessing. I won't keep you guessing. I want to hit the nail right on the head. You know what we'll do in Biafra Superstar Media? We'll call a spade a spade. We don't call it an agricultural instrument. We don't say, give me that thing, which you used to cut this. You used to cut this tree. You used to dig here. No, we say, give me a spade because I want a spade. A spade is a spade. And that's the mantra of Biafra. Call a spade, not an agricultural instrument. Tell me how it is. Don't beat about the bush. Don't deceive me. Say it the way it is. And so this morning I'm going to say it the way it is. I'm going to hit it right on the head. I want everybody to be aware of the certain force, a certain factor, certain decisions being taken by this zoo government deliberately to sabotage and if not blackmail the big hopes, the agenda of the Biafran government. It might shock you, ladies and gentlemen. It might shock you. Yes, you've heard it before, but you never heard it like this. Pay attention. Let's take it off from here. Yeah, you're welcome. Without much ado, I'm talking about the appointment of none other than our most delectable, beautiful, pretty, uh, I call her the authentic uh, first lady, first lady of, you know, the Biafra Republic. Yes, I use the word first lady not because she's the wife of our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. No, I'm not talking. I'm not going there. I call her a first lady because this is a lady who, even though she's quite young, reasonably young, even though she's a lawyer, highly gifted, highly cerebral, even though she's a beautiful queen. In fact, she's one time won the Miss Nigeria pageant in this country, and she went over eventually overseas and still came tops in a whole lot of beauty pageants and fashion fairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking of the one-time wife of the godfather of Biafra. When I use the word godfather, you all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking of the indomitable, yes, the veteran, the highly resourceful, the man who Biafra, whose name has become synonymous with Biafra. Well, even though he's late today, there's no time you call Biafra that he won't call his name. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking of none but the wife, the wife of our late Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, the godfather of Biafra. I'm talking about his widow, the one, the only, the pretty, the sagacious, the intelligent, the savvy. Need I say more? Need I say more? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking of Bianca Odumegwu Ojukwu. Who doesn't know Bianca? Who has not seen Bianca? Who doesn't want to see Bianca? This is the only woman. I'm okay, not the only. Let me say, amongst the women. This is one amongst the women who has defied the gravity, the forces of gravity. I mean, age for her is nothing but number. Age for her is just numbers, because the beauty she had 40 years ago, the beauty she has 30 years ago, the beauty she had 50 years ago is still ever recurring, is evergreen. She's still standing out, like an elegant stallion that she is. Anywhere she goes, everybody turns their head. Whoa, who is this? Wow, could this be who I think it is? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for it today. I said I'm so excited. This date, 2nd November 2024, has brought up a lot of excitement inside me. Has brought up a lot of everything good and pleasant inside me. And so when I'm talking today, I'm speaking in apocalypse. I'm talking in apocryphal terms. I'm talking prophetically. But I'm getting the nail right on the head right now. Let's come down to brass tacks. Yes, I've mentioned her name. Yes, in case you don't know, I'm talking of none other than, you know, Bianca Ojukwu, the wife of our esteemed, highly esteemed, father of Biafra, the wife of our Biafran warlord, the wife of the man who was at the helm of affairs as soon as or when Biafra was initially inaugurated. This is the wife of the man who championed the fight for the struggles of Biafra, who did everything he could, despite the overwhelming influence of international saboteurs, despite the overwhelming influences of local saboteurs, despite what Nigeria did to us, coming in the hands of a sheep, and in the hands of a sheep, but actually with the head of a wolf. Nigeria deceived us. Nigeria tricked us. Nigeria attacked us. An innocent people, and tried everything they could, to annihilate the Biafran people. Yes, let Dim Odumogojuku was at the helm of affairs, and he fought vigorously. He held Nigeria to a standstill, except when the saboteurs came in, except when it became clear, that the whole world, including Britain, where he schooled, the whole world, all the people he thought would come, to the help, who would come, and assist Biafra. Suddenly, they looked elsewhere. They washed their hands like Pontius Pilate and said, "My hands are clean. Nigeria, do whatever you want to do." And that was how Nigeria created the worst infamy against the Igbo land, against Biafran people. Yes, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. Yes, the godfather of Biafra. Yes, the man who started the Biafra struggle. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. Yes, I say that with a lot of concern. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah. So the wife is the one in the picture today. The wife is the one in the limelight. Yes, we are wondering. You could be wondering, why is Bianca Ojukwu in the news this morning? Why am I talking about her? Why am I interested in her case? Guess what? Maybe you're not thinking what I'm thinking. Guess what? Maybe you're not looking at what I'm looking at. Guess what? Maybe you're not seeing things from my own perspective. But hey, let me take you down there. Give me a few seconds and we'll go into what I think is the highest blackmail, quote and unquote, for Biafra. The highest blackmail for the liberation of Biafra. You might not see it that way, but give me a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit down to brass tacks. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, since penultimate last week, the president of Nigeria, the man who said it is my turn, who said Emilio Con, who said I'm the number one, who said I'm the emperor, who said if you don't like me, you don't like my gods, who said if you don't like the way I rule this country, if you don't like the way I administer this country, you have a choice. And that choice is go to court. The man who has made the courts synonymous with, Ochanja market or Idumota market or Oshodi market or Aswani market, the man who has turned our courts to, to Jankara market, came up sometime last week, and he unilaterally fired 5 of his ministers. 5 ministers were relieved of their appointments, and they said it wasn't, infusing in new energies, new perspectives, new people into his government, because he wanted to bring the government nearer home. He wanted to give the governance a human face, and remove this sarcastic hashtag end bad governance, hardship, and all that. Said he didn't want his administration to be associated with any negativity. So he came up and appointed new 5 ministers who have gone through the normal routine of being, appointed, cleared, and all that. Yeah, and the lawmakers looked through them, well, they appointed, cleared them, and now effectively they are ministers. And so, ladies and gentlemen, one of our own, I call that the matriarch. She's a young woman, but we can still call her a matriarch of Biafra, because she was married. No matter how young she was married to the godfather of Biafra. And that was why I called her the authentic first lady of Biafra. Bianca Ojukwu was appointed as a Minister for State for Foreign Affairs. That was what the Jagaban gave her. That was the appointment they gave her. And I just felt it's important that we analyze just this appointment a little bit so that we know where we're coming from, we know where we're going, and we know what results we are likely to have. You know. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bianca Ojukwu, the wife of our Biafran warlord, late Dame Ojukwu, has become effective since Tuesday, Wednesday, Nigeria's Minister for State for Foreign Affairs. And she will be working directly with none other than Mr. Yusuf Tuga. Yusuf Tuga, the minister for foreign affairs. You know, when I call the name Yusuf Tuga, I know a lot of you would cringe. You would cringe and squeeze your hands. You know, because severally we've called him in some of our audio here. Severally we've talked about him in some of our videos. This is the foreign minister we invited, the Finnish foreign minister and some Scandinavian foreign ministers to Nigeria. And Nigeria spent a whopping amount of money to, entertain these people, fly them in, give them the luxuries of life, and then finally brokered the deal to them. Yes, this Yusuf Tuga told the foreign ministers of Finland and the Scandinavian countries, so listen, listen, gentlemen, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to do us a favor. We are looking for this man they call Simon Ekpa. He's a Finnish politician, he's a lawyer, he lives in Finland. But from Finland, he has been running a parallel government. Day by day, he's made Nigeria totally ungovernable, especially in the southeast. From there, he's running a parallel government. I mean, it's called the government, Biafran government, regional government in exile. He has been issuing commands, giving deadlines, giving directives, doing all sorts of negativities right from Finland. And unfortunately, a lot of people are listening to him. Yusuf Tuga told the foreign ministers, listen, this man from Finland would declare holidays on working days in the southeast. This man from Finland would tell people, don't go out, don't go to your businesses, don't go to your work, don't go to any place, sit at home. And people will listen. This same man is parading himself as the prime minister of Biafra in exile, right from Finland. This man tells companies the day to open and not to open. Even this man has warned Nigerian courts, Nigerian judiciary, days to speak, days not to have court sessions. So Yusuf Tuga, was vehemently opposed to all of these things about Simon Ekpa, and he told these foreign ministers, this is Nigeria's time. This is our time to tell you, get us Simon Ekpa, bundle him any way you can. We've done it before. We got Mazin Namdekanu, we grabbed him right from Kenya, and we extradited him down to Nigeria. We brought him here, and he's in our DSS jungle. Get this man for us. Get this man for us. Give us Simon Ekpa. Give him to us on the platter of gold, and we assure you anything you want. What trade bilateral agreements, what technology, what education, what culture, what oil. Do you want oil wells? This is the man who spearheaded it all. And of course, at that point in time, the foreign affairs ministers of Finland and the Scandinavian countries told him, well, we've heard you. We are a country that believe in due process, and this is what we are going. We've told us what you told us. We are going to look at, how these things you've told us, find out how dangerous they really are, find out how inimical it is, both to Nigerian government and to Finnish authorities and Finland. But please note, sir, with all due respect, note that this man is equally a Finnish citizen. So his rights, and privileges must be fully, recognized before we do anything. His rights and privileges must be fully, put into consideration before we do anything. And so Mr. Yusuf Tuga was bamboozled. He was befuddled because he thought bringing these people here, putting them in 5-star hotel, giving them all kinds of delicacies, both drinks, both food, would have ensured an instant answer, would have ensured an instant repatriation of Simon Ekpa Ojukwu. But he was shocked. And they learned bitterly that these advanced societies where, of course, they respect rule and order. The rule of law prevails. It's not in Nigeria where you wake up this morning, there's this judgment, federal court is giving his own, Supreme Court is giving his own, regional court is giving his own. Everybody's thumping their feet as if we live in a dungeon, as if it's an animal farm. Oh my God, it's a sad one, really. But hey, they told Tuga, be very careful, sir. We have looked into what you said. We're going to look into a lot of things and we'll get back to you. Of course, we all know, gentlemen, that not only is our able prime minister still free, but of course, he's doing everything possible to make sure we achieve the date of liberation for Biafra, the 2nd December 2024 deadline. He's working assiduously towards it, and that's where we are. What did the government do again? Wow, they sent the Vice President Shetima, hey, move on, Shetima, it's your turn. He went to United Nations 79th Assembly, and who did he meet? He left everything he had to do. He went to meet Alexander Stubbs, the Prime Minister of Finland. And again, he continued from where, the foreign minister, Yusuf Tuga, ended. He told Alexander Stubbs, get us this man who parades himself as the Prime Minister of Biafra, get us Simon Ekpa Ojukwu, give him to us. We want anything. What do you want, sir? What do you want from us? Give him to us. And of course, again, the president of Finland told him, boldly and clearly, yes, gentlemen, we have heard all you're talking about this same man, but we have looked into his, full, mode of life, his modus operandi, modus vivendi. We've not seen anything wrong, and there's nothing he has done against the Finnish government. But however, because you have continued to say this, we're going to look into what you have said and find a way, to see how we can ameliorate the situation. But for now, sir, with all due respect, please recognize that, he's a dual citizen. Recognize that the Finnish in Finland will follow due process, do due diligence. And of course, we are not people you push to take decisions in a hurry. We wish you the best, Alhaji Shetima. But please, for now, let Simon Ekpa be. We have not seen anything he's done wrongly. He has not taken arms against anybody, especially not in Finland. So calm down, Mr. Shetima. Calm down, Alhaji Shetima. And that was that. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, penultimate last week, from nowhere, the Jagaban, from nowhere, the man who say Miloko, from nowhere, our delectable, pretty, beautiful, evergreen, age-defying, gravity-defying Bianca Ojukwu was appointed as a minister, for state, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, to work directly with Yusuf Tuga. I don't know. This does not portend good. This does not portend good. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but how can a country that hated Biafra so much, how can a country that hated the gods of Biafra, hated the breath that Biafra takes, hated the food that Biafra eats, hated the water that Biafra drank, hated the people of Biafra, even unborn ones in the tummy, they were killed, they were destroyed. How can a country that raped our women, Biafran women, vigorously, severally, killed our mothers, killed our fathers, exposed our children to malnutrition and kwashoko and starvation, how can this country suddenly, at the very bricks of achieving a United States of Biafra, less than a month to go, they are now appointing the wife of the man, the very man who spearheaded the Biafran agitation, the very man who said, let my people go. How could they appoint the wife of them, the man who said, Anaburi will stand, Aburi account will stand, the man who told Nigeria, if you're not ready to have my people in your country, if you're not ready to give us our respect and dignity, if you're not ready to accord us the respect that we have, then you are strictly on your own. You are strictly on your own, So it became a very, very painful thing for us. It became very, very unhealthy for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what has happened. This is what is happening. All of a sudden, Bianca Ojukwu has been named, has been appointed, fully cleared and certified as Nigeria's Minister for State for Foreign Affairs. She will be working with none other than the same Yusuf Tuga, who has been everywhere, clamoring, propagating, issuing commands, lobbying, bribing for the capture, for the repatriation, for extradition of our own able Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Njoko. So, yes, somebody might say, in fact, two of my friends called me the day before yesterday, and they said, "Hey, come on, bro, the way you're sounding about this thing, don't you think bringing in Biafra was for a purpose?" I said, "What purpose would this serve?" Probably the government intended to make the Igbo people feel, the Biafrans feel that since their own first lady, I mean, the wife of their late strong man, the wife of their veteran leader, and the Biafran activist, the man who spearheaded the Biafra war, if she could be part of the government, is it not better for you people to think, yes, there's no need to succeed again. There's no need to, talk of, United States of Biafra anymore. You should feel that, yes, he's listening to you. He has appeased you. He has appeased you. Come on, guys, brace up. I mean, are you not happy? And I told this this my friends, I told my associates, I said, look, brother, let me tell you the truth. Here is a president who claims he means well for the Biafran people. And when you want to appoint, when you want to change remove some ministers, the first thing you did, you removed the only Igbo woman in your cabinet. I mean, Mrs. Uju Kennedy, the woman for Women Affairs. You moved her away and you brought another woman of Igbo extraction. But every other appointment you're giving, you're still following your nepotism. You're still following your APC. You're still following this, your brotherhood. I mean, a government that is strictly Yoruba now, Southwest, from the Chief of Defense Staff to the IG to the CBN to everything in Nigeria, headed, parastatals, or headed by the Yorubas. And when you consider the Southeast, what you thought was, let's move this woman away. Yeah, I think Vice Time is Drew Kennedy has been there for a while. Let her step up. 7 months already. Let's push out. Let's bring this other woman. I think we'll get the Biafrans' attention. Hey, you know what? I told my friends, he has failed. Unfortunately, this is a cheap blackmail. You can't rob Peter to pay Paul. You're bringing Bianca Ojukwu, as your foreign affairs, foreign affairs state, minister, to be directly under Yusuf Tuga, all because you want to, deceive, befuddle, and confuse the Biafrans. No way. Biafrans I said it one time, it's not about people here, it's not about personalities. Biafra is not about a person. Biafra is a collective endeavor. Biafra is the people and their culture and their aspirations. That's what Biafra is. Biafra is strong enough for one person. No, for everybody. Biafra is injustice anywhere, is injustice everywhere. It's not about Tinubu'S Ojukwu alone. It's not about Mazen Namdekanu alone. It's not about His Excellency, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko alone. No, Biafra is a people whose lifelong experience were at a point threatened, almost totally annihilated, destroyed because of greed, because of avarice, because of wickedness, because of pathological hatred, because of nothing but envy from other regions. And so whether you appoint Bianca Ojukwu or Dumego Ojukwu as a foreign affairs minister, even if you bring back Barrister Uju Kennedy, the woman for social development and all that, women affairs, it's not going to get Biafra. It's not going to derail us. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say it right now because time is not on our side. Strictly, I want to tell us here the attempt, the reason behind appointing Bianca Dumego Ojukwu as a foreign affairs minister is strictly to deceive, to inveigle, to befuddle the Biafran people, and to give us an emotional blackmail. I mean, when you consider that let Dim Dumego Ojukwu's wife is in the cabinet of this so-called dungeon government, this hardship and clueless government, it mellows a lot of things down. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It will never. It will never. We know the truth, and the truth has set us free, shall set us free. We know there's nothing good about this dungeon. We know this dungeon is like what they said in the Bible. Jesus described some people as an open sepulcher, a painted grave. You are looking at it from the outside, it's beautiful, it's magnificent, it's lovely. But deep inside is full of rottenness, corruption, and all that. That is a smoke screen. Appointing Bianca Ojukwu is a smoke screen. You can't deceive the Biafrans. We know who our people are. We know what we want. We know where we are headed. Like I keep saying, the Igbo proverb, after our elders proverb, the man who doesn't know where the rain started beating him will not know where it dried on him. We know where the rain started beating us. We know the antecedents of what happened between for January 15th coup, 1966, the counter coup in June 1966, where our own brother Aguiyi was killed, mercilessly murdered, brutally murdered, and they foisted General Yakubu Gowon this country when it was even less qualified than a whole lot of people, including Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu. And from that point, it became let survival of the fittest. They made sure the Igbos were grounded. They made sure Biafrans were chased away from all the other regions in the country, chased down to their homes, to their regions in the east. Even at their regions in the east, they brought all forms of wickedness, genocidal tendencies, decided to wipe the Igbos out, decided to wipe the Biafrans out. To God be the glory. The last minute, the Lord came to our rescue because of our Jewish background, because of that blood that we have, the Jewness in our DNA. The Lord came to our rescue, and some of us survived. And they said, the war has ended, no victor, no vanquished. And yet, what they thought to give the Igbo man, the Biafra man, was 20 pounds. 20 pounds in a nation where people were flourishing, where people were doing well. The Southwest were doing well, the Northeast were doing well, the whole of the North were doing, other regions were doing marvelously well. But they gifted the Igbo with 20 pounds, hoping we will come and we'll begin to beg like Sudanese beggars, like Afghanistan beggars, and refugees. But to God be the glory, we survived and we're still here. And yes, despite all these years, finally, a month to go to December 2nd, 2024, you are now bringing up our own sister, our own daughter, the wife of our highly revered leader, Dame. Let Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu. You're bringing her as a smoke screen to come and deceive, befuddle, manipulate, and emotionally brutalize the Biafrans. No way. Our eyes are set at the target. Forward ever, backward never. Yes, that's what it is. We cannot be deceived. This is a ploy to deceive the Biafrans, to derail us, to make us emotional, to make us sentimental. Say, okay, she's our own. Ojukwu is back in the picture. Ojukwu is now in, if the name Ojukwu will now be in the who is who in Nigeria, especially as a foreign affairs minister. I mean, what else do we want? Come on, bro, save that for the Marines. Save that, tell that to the bars. That's not what we want to hear. What we want to hear is that we have our sovereign nation called Biafra. The United States of Biafra. That's where we are. So my words this morning, I want to just give our, pretty damsel, I mean, like I called her, the indomitable, the first lady of Biafra, because she was married to the man who started the Biafra agitation, late Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu. I'll just tell you, my dear sister, yes, maybe even if you hear my voice, you know who is talking to you. We met severally when you were at UNEC, Enugu, and law programs. And so I know you, nobody who looks at you does not look a second time, because of course you are ravishing. You were a beautiful damsel to behold. Yes, not just beauty, but with brains. Beauty and brains, they called you. And finally, when you decided to marry Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu, everybody felt, yes, this was, of course, that is the natural climax, because who else had the guts? Who else had the guts to come for such a beautiful woman? Talented, skilled, beautiful, with all the brains in the world. But our veteran, our able leader, our Biafra synonymous himself, Dame Odumegwu Ojukwu. Please, my dear sister, let me just say a word of caution. You are working with people who hate Biafra. You are working with people who hate the step the sun that Biafra walk upon, the water that the Biafran people drink, the clothes that we wear, the breath that we take. They hate everything about us. You're working with Suf Tuga, you're working with Shatima, you're working with all those people who feel that the Igbo man should consider himself lucky that he was not completely wiped out, he was not completely eliminated, he was not deleted from the geographical region called Nigeria. You have to be very careful. Madam, you are put there as a stooge. You are put there as a point of contact to manipulate, to deceive, to emotionally brutalize the Biafrans. We have our eyes somewhere, man. With all due respect, I'm sure you're aware. If you have been on the news recently, if social media, you would have even seen where, at several times, we have had cause to talk to Dr. Konjo Iweala at one point and later realize that, yeah, madam, yes, we don't like the fact that the elites of this country, those who are from Biafra extraction, don't seem to be interested in what is Biafra. They don't seem to, come near us. They don't seem to listen to Simon Ekpa Njoku. They don't seem to be considering that somebody like Mazen Namdekano, has been in the DSS dungeon for so long without any cause, without any reprieve. I mean, all the courts have set him free. No charges have been. All the charges have been completely. He was not found guilty in any of these charges, and they're still keeping him, even when the judges, several judgments have come and say, let him go. So, madam, you're in a place. Madam, please, and please, I beg you, this job is a good one. This job is everything. Yes, you have been an ambassador to Spain. You have worked for this country and all that. But this is a very epoch time. This is important time for us, for Biafrans, because we're on the verge. We are almost there. We're looking at 2nd December 2024, when, yes, our indefatigable Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoku, will pronounce and fully propagate and fully commence the United States of Biafra. Madam, putting you there is an emotional blackmail, but do not let it happen. I know you know your square roots. I know where you've come from. You know what your husband represented. That as far as your husband was concerned, Biafra is everything. The late Tinubu'S Ojukwu spoke Biafra, taught Biafra, the bread he took was Biafra, the food he ate was Biafra, he drank Biafra. Please do not let anybody use you as a stooge, as a puppet, as a point of manipulation. No, we cannot look at you bearing the name of our Godfather. Let them Ojukwu and say nasties to you. No way, we will not do that. But please, brace up. This job is not going to be an easy one. Don't be manipulated. Don't be used to manipulate. Make sure you don't come and you begin to give them ideas on how, to destroy the Biafra agenda, to manipulate the Biafra agenda, to sabotage the Biafra agenda. That's not what we want. What we want is forward ever, backward never. Please, madam, I wish I can send you all the speeches, everything that Simon Ekpa Njoku, our able Prime Minister, represents, so that you know that in no way is he a problem to Nigeria. In no way is Mazen Namdekano a problem to Nigeria. These are people who came up and said, look, let my people be. You cannot say you are in a country, no victor, no vanquished, and yet you're marginalizing. You cannot say you're in a country and manipulating people, marginalizing them, treating them like they are second fiddle, not allowing them grow, not allow them develop. I mean, there's no visible seaports in the east, no visible functional airports in the east. Everything has to come from other regions. Our people who are into mercantile business, they go through their neck every day. They pay through their nose every day to ferry their goods from these other regions down to the east. I mean, under heavy taxation, multiple taxations, all kinds of attacks from agboros, from all the street urchins, from customs, from government authorities. I mean, these are people who have been frustrated almost to the point of giving up. But we thank God, giving up is not in our DNA. Giving up is not in our DNA. And so, madam, welcome on board, but we beg you, please be very careful. Your name is sacrosanct. Your marital name is sacrosanct. Bianca Ojukwu is a name that every Biafran reveres and will not want, to be rubbished or in any way manipulated by Yusuf Tuga and his likes. These are people who hate Biafra. They hate the sand that we walk on. They will hate the dress that we wear. They hate the guts that we have. Madam, brace up. Don't let your opposition today, don't let this position today be a trap for the Biafrans, then be a manipulated woman. I welcome you on board, and I want you to realize, man, with all due respect, if late Dim Odumogu Ojukwu, who is the godfather of Biafra, was alive today, possibly would have said, don't take up that position. Possibly, because he knows we are at the threshold of success. He knows we're almost there. 2nd December 2024 is our target, and that's where we're going. Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, welcome on board. Be very careful. Be wary of Yusuf Tuga. Be wary of the Shetimas. Yeah, I think enough is enough. I think Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu has heard us, and the message will pass to her. And try and reach some of our former colleagues who know her. Let her know that please, 2nd December 2024 is sacrosanct, and now that this so-called local government, this highly manipulative government, this government of terror and hardship, this clueless government and administration has invited her on board, she has to be careful so they don't rubbish her integrity, they don't rubbish the good name that she has. Because like I said earlier, that name, Odumegwu Ojukwu, is a name that every Biafran considers, not just as the godfather of Biafra, but as the king of Biafra, the martyr of Biafra, and the one who started it all. Madam, welcome on board. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. And we want to see, well, it has just started. We want to see how it goes. Above all else, talk to Konjo Iweala, talk to all those elites that you have access to. Let them realize that the United States of Biafra means well. Biafra agitators means well. Simon Ekpa Njoko, our able Prime Minister, means well. And the continued detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to the detriment of the Igbos and Biafrans, and will never make peace, available, in the Southeast or even Nigeria as a whole until he is fully released. Madam, join us to look forward to 2nd December 2024, when once again our vigorous, vivacious, ever resourceful, indefatigable Simon Ekpa will fully promulgate the United States of Biafra. Yeah, God bless you, and we wish you well. For my fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we round it up here. We have spoken to her. I think she has heard us. We have called a spade, and we believe the memory, the spirit of our late Dim Odumogu Ojukwu will prevail. We'll equally communicate with her. God bless you all. And once again, welcome to the 2nd day of November 2024, which is exactly a month to the 2nd December 2024, when our able Prime Minister would fully inaugurate the United States of Biafra. God bless you all. I look forward to celebrating with you there and there. Thanks, and God bless.
Yeah, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going back to the motherland. Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land.